Hello everyone, welcome to our 2020 VBS Department Heads meeting. I know normally we would have this at church, but as you know, under the circumstances, we have to get a little creative. So here is your video meeting that you can watch in the comfort of your home on your computer or device. So here we go. I won't take too much of your time. This will only be a few minutes. I wanted to share a few of the changes, improvements from last year. But first of all, I just want to thank you for being willing to spend part of your summer to minister to the children of our community and our church. And the dates of this year's VBS will be July 6th through the 8th, with a work day on the 9th to clean things up. So we look forward to that time. We hope we will have that time. We don't know under the uncertain times of this virus outbreak, but we want to plan as if it would be going on so we can be ready and be prepared for this special time we have with the kids. Just a few things to go over today. First of all, we are doing the 3-day VBS. Some of you already asked if we're going to continue that plan. We are going to. Seemed to go very well received last year. All the leaders were well refreshed, and I thought it was just a good time frame for what we tried to do and make what we wanted to accomplish for God's glory and for the gospel to be shared. The days, this is very important because you'll, whatever department you're in charge of, this is the day you want to have ready to go. Day 1, Day 4, and Day 5 are the days of VBS we'll be doing for the curriculum, and we'll be sending that curriculum out to you shortly. We're going to try to either send it somehow through the email. If we can't do that, we'll just simply send you the booklet through the mail, but we'll work something out for you to receive that. Also, we'll have 2 work nights. Right now, we're still working on what work nights that might be. Right now, we have June 24th scheduled as a VBS work night and prayer night. And then we're working on what the next day might be. It depends on when Maranatha wants us to pick up their materials, and then we'll simply make it that night as we did last year. Grab a U-Haul, grab their stuff, and then start the decorating process or continue the decorating process at that time. Of course, why did I choose the Day 1, 4, and 5? Well, I just felt it, first of all, Day 4 is the most important. That's the gospel day, so that's automatically going to be there. So I thought, why don't we just have Day 1 and Day 5, since they have a lot of opening comments on Day 1 in the curriculum and a lot of closing comments on Day 5. It seemed to be the most reasonable or logical choice to have those as the bookends of our 3-day week. We're working on possibly having the Maranatha Band come join us. So we're talking through that. That'd be a possibility. We'll have to talk to our music department leaders and see what they decide. That's a possibility, and Maranatha is willing to do that again this year. One big change that we'll do within the programs is we're going to have our experiments no longer as part of our crafts. It just became too much for that team to try to fit all that in that short time frame. So it's going to give crafts a lot more time to be able to accomplish their craft, and the experiments will now be moved to snack time. Last year, snack time, it was a good time of prayer, and then what? There was a time period where there was not really a lot planned, so this will fill that time slot. So now crafts are alone, and now experiments and snacks are together in the same room, and we'll set up a table for the experiments to happen while the kids are eating their snacks. The change with snacks happened last year. If you weren't here last year, it is now church-provided cookies and water. We're not doing this specialized snack that we have done in the past, just a simple snack moving forward, which I think was a positive move last year. VBS Mission Project, we've decided to do Dominican Republic, and since they're doing similar things with kids there, we thought it would be a great connection for us to be our mission project with Nicole Scarberry and her mission efforts there. The stations for VBS work days will be worked. It will be very similar than last year. The first work day, we hope to get as much decorations as we can with the posters that we have ordered and kind of get things organized. And then the second time we meet, when we get the U-Haul full of materials and decorations from Maranatha, that's when we all gather together and decorate our rooms. VBS department heads, you are in charge of whatever room you are in charge of. So you simply get your materials for those rooms, and we hope to have a plan together for each room and what that might look like. We have, let's see, along with a couple, as you know from last year, that the gym is no longer decorated, so that alleviates some of our decoration needs. And so again, the department heads are just in charge of wherever they're located in whatever department they're located. The hallway downstairs and will be kind of a team effort. The lobby area, welcome center area, will be mostly done by our secretaries, which we really appreciate them doing. We hope to have counselors this year during gospel time, so if you're a teacher, the goal would be to start right into the gospel that day and maybe do the introductory game-like or group activities at the very end. Give the gospel right away and provide an opportunity for them to exit the room, the child to exit the room, and meet with a counselor outside of the room in the gym area. That's the goal. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's the goal for this year, so that we can give them dedicated time for a counselor to work the gospel, not work the gospel, but work through the gospel with them as a student, because obviously that's the most important thing that we're doing in the week. If you're with a communication or a technology role, I guess you would say, or sound or music or those types of things, and skit even, our goal is to have a template each day to where we have a schedule for the beginning portion of our time, the opening and the closing. So make sure that we're in communication. I think it worked pretty well last year, but we want to continue that as an improvement for this year. If you're completed with your task as a department leader, many of you have to clean up and those types of things, but I would very much encourage, if you're done at the end, please come into the worship center and help sit with the kids, because that's the most difficult time, is trying to get them settled down during the skit, and we want to make sure that that happens. Speaking of skit, we thought that we would do one skit on the first day and two on day 2 and day 3. The reason I say that is day 1 often is it's not chaos, but it can be, and so things take a little longer. There's a lot more things to explain, so if we do 2 skits on that day, it's a little tighter. So if we did 1 skit in the closing time, have more time in our opening, that would allow things, I believe, to go a little smoother on the first day as we kind of get used to things and getting back on the swing of things. Let me see, make sure I have everything on this list. On the work days, we hope to have kids-only workshops or workstations, so we hope that you as a family can bring your family and kids can work and serve during those work days, and that was great. Many kids did come last year. We needed all the hands we could get to help that happen. And of course, we're very thankful for Maranatha Baptist helping us and providing many of the decorations. Music team, if you're part of the music team, we want to encourage you to go down during junior church. If you're not singing up here, if you're able to, maybe at least once or twice during May, once or twice during June, Lord willing, we'll be back here at the church, and to share the songs that we'll be singing during those 3 days of VBS. That really helped last year, because it wasn't the first time they heard them, because usually it takes a couple days for them to get to know the songs, so if they could hear them before that, that would be a great thing. Someone shared that idea with me last year. I'm thankful for that idea they shared. I think that's all I have. Again, I wanted to keep this about 10 minutes, so that's good that we did, and we'll try to get the materials out to you as soon as possible and as easy as possible. We'll try to get them through email. Again, if they're too big or of a size, we'll find another way to get you through the mail or something. So thank you again for volunteering, for being part of the VBS team. I know it's a little unorthodox meeting this way, so if you have questions, please email myself or the church office if you have church office questions. But I'd love to answer any questions that you have about VBS on July. Make sure I have these right. July 6th through 8th in 2020. Oh, the theme. Last thing. Here's the theme. Mystery Island is our theme for this year. Mystery Island. So looking forward to that together. Thanks, guys. God bless, and we'll be praying for this summer together.